Hey guys, it's Jackie and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another favorites video. Like my most recent video, this one is going to primarily focus on things that I have been loving and keeping me warm for winter in New York City. If you're a commuter in the city and you're looking for comfortable but stylish shoes, look no further. Vivaya will do that just right. If you guys don't know, Vivaya is a sustainable and affordable shoe brand. They make a bunch of different styles for different needs. All of the shoes are made from recycled material, and they actually have a flagship store here in New York City, right in the heart of Soho. So if you guys don't know your sizes or you want to try on different styles, definitely check them out. I also have a coupon with them so you can save some coins. We just had our first snowfall in New York City and these shoes came in just in time. These are the Theo boots and they are the most perfect thing ever. I went to shovel snow in these and they kept me so warm. It is a puffer styled boot, so you do have that quilted puffiness on the exterior. The material is also water repellent. The inside is also lined with a really fluffy fur, so it's definitely gonna keep your toes warm. It is quite hard to walk in snow, so you do need a pair of boots that has the right amount of traction. As you can tell, there are some ridges at the bottom of the shoe here that does help grip to the ground. If you grew up wearing Timbs like I did, I feel like Theo is like the perfect dressed up feminine version of that. You get the practicality of a Timberland boot but make it stylish. Now if you're looking for a more dressed up option, I do have this one here. These are the Giselles. Bottom has similar ridges, so you know it's gonna have good traction. This one is in their iconic knitted material, which I love so much. I do have quite wide feet, so a lot of boots don't fit me well, but I find that with this knitted material, it is quite forgiving. Now, what makes this a good pair of winter boots is because it is fleece lined. In the front of the shaft here, you do have fleece lining, so it's gonna be super warm. I choose to get this pair in a almond color because I don't own any white pair of shoes. I feel like the maintenance is just too much upkeeping, but I figured with Vivaya, because of their material, they are machine washable and it is water repellent, making cleanups super easy. If you guys have been a fan of my channel, you will know that Vivaya has been featured on my channel multiple times now. And of course, if I don't enjoy something, I'm not going to promote it to you guys. I will have all the information linked down below. Now moving into the rest of the video, one of my recent pickups is Uniqlo Heat Tech, and I don't know how I've lived this long in New York City without wearing them, but we have been reaching low double digits and these have been keeping me so warm. Starting off with the basics, I have a black long sleeve one. It is the normal Heat Tech. I think this is like the thinnest one that they have. So I just have this normal black one in the regular crew neck. My best friend recommended that I go down a size, so I got this in a size extra small, even though I'm usually like a small medium. I feel like with a tighter Heat Tech, it's really gonna help trap the warmth. Uniqlo does offer a bunch of colors in different cuts, so for variety I did get a second one. It is also a long sleeve, but this one has a lower scoop neck, so if I don't want the collar to peek out, I will probably go for this one. I also appreciate that the lengths of these ones are quite long, or maybe I just have a short torso. These hit me kind of like in the hip area, so it's quite easy to tuck into any bottoms. I have another Heat Tech, and this is hands down my favorite. Again, I don't know how I survived all these years in New York City without layering, and I will say ever since I got this pair, I have been wearing it non-stop. And if you guessed it, these are the Heat Tech leggings. Especially since I'm commuting into the city nowadays, I do feel the wind passing through my slacks, so these came in such clutch. I also got these in a size extra small. I feel like with leggings they do tend to stretch, so definitely size down. Actually, I don't know if they have a size 2x small, but honestly if they do, I will probably pick that up because I feel like this has been kind of stretched out already and I've just gotten this, but I've been wearing it non-stop underneath all of my slacks. Now on the topic of warm, I want to dive quickly into some of my recent favorite sweaters. First one being the one I'm currently wearing. As you can tell, it is quite a high neck, not exactly a turtleneck. I feel like sometimes I don't want to deal with that fold, but a higher neckline like this one, I feel like it's perfect. This one is from Mod Rep and it is in one of my favorite colors, pink. I also love the bell sleeve action here. It has a cuff right here, so it adds a little bit more detailing to the outfit. It's just a really nice, well-made sweater. I feel like it's gonna keep me so warm. I love wearing sweaters like these. I feel like it's not so oversized where you feel like a marshmallow, but it's definitely enough space where you can layer underneath if you want to. This sweater I would say is a little bit more the cropped side. It is definitely still work appropriate, but I feel like it's a little shorter than I would like. This one hits me slightly below the belly button and it has slits on both sides. Riding on a similar trend train, I have another recent pickup. It is this seafoam blue sweater and I've been obsessed with it recently. It has a similar neckline. It does go up pretty high and also has a giant bell sleeve. I would say the sweater is slightly longer, like it does come down to my butt, but I like the slits on the side. I feel like your outfit kind of still peeks through it. If you like a more fitted look, I did pick up this one from Uniqlo. It is also kind of like a higher neckline, but this one I got it in a medium. It is in this dark navy blue, but this one has regular sleeves and it is a little bit more cropped. Also has slits on the side. I don't know, just something about these slits right now. I have been really liking the silhouette over slacks, especially since most of my slacks are kind of like wide-legged. I feel like it's just a very effortless but comfy outfit. Last sweater is an oldie but goldie. I picked this up when I was in Japan last October and I've been loving it. I could not wait to pull it out for this winter. It is a quarter zip sweater. As you can tell, the collar does go up really high, but if you don't want the coverage, you could also just fold over the collar like so. This one is in a medium and I also did get it in a size up because it does run quite cropped. This is definitely too cropped for the office, but for like a casual day out, I do love wearing this with my heat tech underneath. I don't mind that it's super cropped because with the layering, you kind of don't show much skin anyways. But I really like the knit of this one. It is quite denser than the other sweaters I've shown you. And I love that the neckline goes all the way up. Like if you really wanted to, you could zip this like all the way up to your chin. And I kind of like that look sometimes. I do like that feature, especially on days when I'm too lazy to wear a scarf. That is like a 2-in-1. Now moving into accessories, in my last video, I did showcase one of my favorite earmuffs, but I recently picked up another one. It is this pair of pink ones from UGG and it is so cute, so fluffy. I like this one a lot because you could fold in the ears and it is a little bit more compact versus the other one that I showed you guys. That one is not foldable, so it is quite annoying to have to carry around. Also, when I bought this, they forgot to remove the tag, so I do have to bring this back for them to do that. So annoying. Now this next item, I do not think I've ever showcased on my channel at all. Maybe because I don't usually use them, but it's because I have been commuting into the office now and it does get really cold when I leave the house and when I leave the office. They are gloves and honestly, I don't use these all the time, but recently since I've been commuting into the office, I always find myself grabbing at least one of these. Both of these pairs have a touchpad on the finger, so I'm free to text even with them on. First pair is this brown pair from Muji. They are 50% wool, so they will definitely keep you warm. I also like that it comes down quite long, so you could layer your jacket on top and be really snug. I got these from Muji a few years ago and I haven't really been wearing them, but this past winter though, I've been wearing these a lot more. And then when I'm feeling a little bit more dressy uppy, I'll go in with this pair of leather gloves. I feel like everybody should have a cute pair of leather gloves. I feel like it just really elevates the outfit a lot. One good thing about this is that they are fleece lined on the inside, so they are super warm, and then the leather on the outside protects you from rain and snow. Recently we had our first snowfall and I went shoveling out these gloves and they kept me so warm, also with no leakage through the gloves whatsoever. Just kept me so warm and dry. Now moving into beauty, I'm not going to recap the same items from my last video. If you guys want, I'll leave it linked down below as well as on top. For me personally, I do switch out my fragrances depending on the season, so these two have been my recent favorites. First one being this one. I got this as a gift many years ago and I felt like it was a little bit too mature for my liking, but since I'm 27 now, I have been really gravitating towards a more mature floral scent, and this one is her. This is the In Full Bloom by Kate Spade. Yeah, it is definitely a fresh bouquet and I feel like it's a little bit more musky than the other ones that I usually wear. This one is definitely a little bit more mature scented. I love wearing her when I'm going into the office. I also feel like the staying power is quite long. Like I have a 2-hour commute into the city and I still smell it on me when I step into the office, so I've been really using her recently. I swear this bottle was full when I started my position like 3 months ago, and judging by the progress so far, you can best believe that this has been my favorite scent. This is another recent favorite of mine. I did get this from Italy like 2 years ago and I don't usually use it. I feel like this is more of my spring summer scent when I want something light. This is by Jo Malone. It is the Crystal Champion scent. I could be butchering that because I think it's in Italian. I don't know. This one is just like a very clean, sweet, soapy scent. I would say though, this one doesn't last as long on me, so I usually just spray it in my hair and I'm out the door. So on the days where I want to be a little bit more low-key, this is the scent that I go for. But like if I'm going out, then it's definitely the Full and Bloom one. Now for the rest of the beauty portion, this is just everything that I recently picked up. As you guys all know, it was recently my birthday, so I did pick up a couple of things alongside the Sephora savings event. I do have quite a few items in here. For Sephora, I had to re-up on some things. So the first thing I got is actually a refill of my favorite concealer. You guys are probably sick of seeing this all over my channel, but this has been my tried and true concealer for years now. It is the Tower 28 Serum Concealer and I have it in the shade 9 MDR. Next repurchase is actually a full size of my favorite powder. It is the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I have a little sample size of it for my birthday gift like maybe a year ago, and I love how that looks on the skin. The powder itself is really fine. I feel like it doesn't really settle into any creases. So once that sample size was up, I knew I need to buy the full size. But I didn't realize how big the container actually is. Like mine is probably like a quarter size of this, and I have never bought this much powder in my life. I don't even know how long it's gonna take me to finish this because the sample size is tiny and it took me like well over a year to finish it. And then from Sephora, it was my birthday, so I picked up a birthday gift. I feel like the only thing that sucks about having a late birthday is that all of the other gift sets that are available will not be available to you because your birthday is at the end of the year. So again, this year I didn't have that many options to choose from. I really wanted the Summer Friday set to try out the jet lagged mask. Unfortunately, that was sold out by the time it was my birthday, so I just picked up the only thing that was available. This is the Kerastase hair treatment little bundle. It has two things in here. And then from e.l.f. I have been a long time customer for many years now, and I also do get a birthday gift from them. This is what was available. It is a miniature of their Holy Hydration Burst drops. I did try out the sun drop version of it and I quite like that. I mix it in with a moisturizer and it becomes like a tinted moisturizer. I really like that, especially for like the summertime. Next thing is a lipstick. I usually don't wear lipstick. I'm usually more of a lip liner and gloss type of girly. I do like the shade. I feel like this would be the color that I usually gravitate towards. I am quite excited to use this. And then I also have a $10 coupon, so I had to order something. I picked up a re-up of my favorite primer. This is just the Power Gripped Matte Primer. I don't love the dewy one. I'm typically quite oily to begin with, so I feel like with the dewy primer I get extra oily. When it came out with this one, I instantly bought it and I really liked it. I feel like it does help the makeup last a lot longer. My only complaint is the packaging. I don't love a squeezy tube. If they could put a pump on this thing, I would eat that shit up so quick. The last thing here is one of their newer releases. This is the Glow River Melting Lip Balm. I have it in the shade, or scent rather, Yummy Gummy. I believe this is supposed to be a dupe for the Laneige one. Whoa. Why does it look used? I literally just took this out of the packaging, but like, why does it look used? Like, I've never seen that before. Product already in their applicator without it being open. Interesting. But it definitely smells like grape gummy bears. Let's try her on. Kind of like the shade. It's like very subtle. So that's it for my favorites video. If you guys want to shop with Vivaya, I do have a coupon for you guys, so I'll leave that linked down below. Also, don't forget, I currently have a giveaway on my channel that's going on right now, so if you haven't entered already, I'll leave the link to it down below. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one.